Kenya is becoming the Singapore of Africa. It is a credit to Kenya's strategic reforms, innovative spirit, and persistence in the face of multiple hurdles that the country has emerged as a rising economic force in sub-Saharan Africa with the intention of becoming a rising economic power. Africa itself is undergoing a significant shift, which is being spurred by its young population that is expanding at a rapid rate, urbanization, and groundbreaking breakthroughs across a variety of industries, including clean energy and financial technology. The continent of Africa, whose population is expected to exceed 2.5 billion by the year 2050, presents unrivaled potential for expansion, not only for the economy of the continent, but also for the economy of the entire world. Numerous multinational firms are showing a growing interest in sub-Saharan Africa because they perceive this region to be an important participant in the economic landscape of the world. However, despite the fact that countries like Nigeria, Angola, and South Africa have traditionally been the most powerful economies, these nations are currently confronted with systemic issues that restrict their capacity to serve as regional centers for companies to conduct business. Nigeria, the most populous nation in Africa and the country with the greatest economy, has been dependent on oil exports for a very long time. This dependence has proven to be a significant challenge for Nigeria. Since 2015, the worldwide price of oil has been falling, which has resulted in a decrease in GDP per capita, which has made economic vulnerabilities even worse. There is a lack of suitable infrastructure in the country, the supply of electricity is unpredictable, and the policy frameworks are inconsistent, which further discourages investment. In a similar situation, Angola, which is also an oil-dependent economy, has had a difficult time diversifying its sources of revenue while simultaneously dealing with a growing debt, the majority of which is owed to China. In the meantime, South Africa, which is sometimes considered to be a gateway to sub-Saharan Africa, is being hampered by corruption, acute electricity shortages, and diminishing investment. As a consequence, the country's economy has entered a recession twice in just 2 years prior to the epidemic. Against this background, Kenya has distinguished itself by cultivating a growth model that is more compatible with sustainability. The country has undergone a transformation over the course of the last 20 years, going from a state that was plagued by poverty and political upheaval to one that has a vibrant and diverse economy. The constant increase of Kenya's gross domestic product, GDP, has been the driving force behind the country's economic transformation. This growth has exceeded 5% annually for 8 years in a row, substantially surpassing the averages of the region. Because of this expansion, Kenya has risen to the position of having the third largest economy in sub-Saharan Africa, placing it behind only South Africa and Nigeria. The economy of Kenya is not only expanding, but it is also diversifying, with significant contributions coming from industries such as agriculture, technology, services, and manufacturing. This is an important development. One of the most important contributors to Kenya's economic success has been the country's geographical location. Kenya, which is situated on the island of the Indian Ocean, is renowned for its vast coastline, which has traditionally been utilized as a commercial entry point. Over the course of several centuries, the coastal commerce hubs of the nation served as agents that permitted the interchange of products with countries as far-flung as China, India, the Middle East, and North Africa. This strategic location continues to provide Kenya with major advantages, including the ability to easily reach markets in Asia and to act as a bridge between the economy of Africa and the economy of the rest of the United States. However, Kenya's coastline position has been crucial in boosting its integration into worldwide commerce networks. Landlocked states frequently experience economic disadvantages due to high transportation costs and limited trading routes. Kenya's coastal position has been very helpful in this regard. In 2022, the ratio of Kenya's debt to its gross domestic product reached 67.3%, and the ever-increasing cost of servicing this debt represents a severe threat to the country's economic stability. In addition, economic inequities continue to exist across the continent. There are numerous rural areas that are falling behind, with some seeing sluggish or even negative growth. This is in contrast to urban centers such as Nairobi and coastal cities such as Mombasa, which have higher GDP per capita estimates. Taking action to address these regional inequities will be absolutely necessary in order to guarantee inclusive development. In addition, Kenya has had a difficult time attracting foreign direct investment that is proportional to the size of its economy and the level of development it has reached. Investors express concerns about a variety of issues, including poor infrastructure, a lack of available talents, and security hazards, particularly those associated with terrorism. Political and ethnic divisions continue to be potential flashpoints and pose a threat to the country's stability, which has been gained with much effort. In spite of this, Kenya's private sector continues to be the primary driver of economic expansion. Kenya, in contrast to several of its neighboring countries, which pursued communist policies in the post-independence era, adopted market-friendly tactics, which allowed its private sector to develop. It is possible that this resilience will prove to be essential in addressing the fiscal issues that the country is facing and maintaining its long-term survival. Considered from the perspective of the future, Kenya's path provides a model for other countries in the region to follow. As a result of its strategic investments in innovation, infrastructure, and renewable energy, as well as the fact that its populace is young and educated, it has become a shining example of potential in sub-Saharan Africa. When it comes to maintaining this pace, however, it is necessary to address the challenges of corruption, regional inequality, and mounting debt simultaneously. The progress that Kenya has made implies that it is well on its path to become a leading economic force in the area, despite the fact that there are analysts who claim that Africa may never produce a single dominant corporate powerhouse. The history of Kenya is one of transition and resiliency. It is a demonstration of the potential that exists within Africa when resources, creativity, and human capital are utilized in an efficient manner. Kenya has the potential to not only achieve upper middle income status, but also serve as an example for sustainable development across the continent if it continues to implement reforms and make investments within its economy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.